Imagine a journey to a place where dreams are made.
Timbuktu is the stuff of legend.
Justine Shapiro and Ian Wright embark on their own personal voyage.
That journey was awesome.
Join them as they travel across the globe.
This is your lonely planet.
Today, Benin remains the cradle of the voodoo religion.
Voilà, c'est fait. Très bien.
Discovering the world we live in. The Lonely Planet, Fridays at 8 on 4.
Office at 05. Morning's gales in fish. Mind, Maine, Faroes, Southeast.
And now, the search continues.
Well, a year has passed since I first set out to explore the world of spirituality in the 90s. What I was looking for then was first-hand experience of esoteric rituals and belief systems. What I got was stripped naked and painted with mud and feathers in the middle of Wales. My mum always warned me that something like this might happen, but would I listen? No, I would not. See what happens? No one said enlightenment was going to be easy. I'd like to thank everyone who felt moved to write after that first series, particularly the man who went to some length to explain in block capitals written in 3 colours of felt tip that I was the spawn of Satan. I think that a willingness to see the other person's point of view is so important, don't you?
Which is why, once again, I spent the summer seeking out people who are also seeking and think they just might have found something. From the sunlit delights of druidic dress sense to the midnight black menace of ritual magic is an unusual trip with no map available and no destination guaranteed. So, how do you know where to start?
Of course, this isn't the sort of stuff you'd want to rush into if you weren't prepared. After all, if you're hiking, you make sure that your feet are hardened and your boots are supple. You might also choose to opt for a nice walking stick, hand-carved with a crystal in the end, like this one. I got this from the 2 hairy men who guard the Temple of Isis, but that's another story for another day. Before setting off on a grueling spiritual journey, I wanted to be sure I was ready, both physically and mentally. I considered yoga, I almost went for meditation, but eventually I decided it was best to let a complete stranger stick needles in my face and head. If he could sing while he did it, so much the better. First, though, it was off to Hampstead for rebirthing.
A deep, relaxed breathing technique, a tank of water, and a qualified rebirther like Paul Sakey enable you to let go of old thoughts that limit you and take on new ones that empower you. So how does that work, then?
The water helps to facilitate the amniotic conditions of the womb. So this is a way of going back to that perinatal state before the cord was cut, before the first breath happened, so that you can remember the innocence of your being. So you're going to get a sense of what it's like to be with that full ebb and flow of life energy. Okay.
What I got was the oppressive sensation of being in an underwater padded cell with all my innermost fears. I'm not saying that rebirthing doesn't work, just that I'm not very good at it, which I suppose is an empowering realisation. It empowers you not to do it again.
Birth, death and Tuesday afternoons in Hampstead, equally threatening experiences. Right.
A very wise but rather raddled old man once said, everyone should try everything once. Especially this.
So far, so good.
Yeah.
To expand your mind, hypnotherapist Stephen Russell inserts 25 needles. I rather liked it.
The spirit has a kind of a body, it has a shape that's invisible to the naked eye. But that's your real self, your authentic being is the spirit body. Now, by getting to the spirit body through the needles and the hands and the trance, that will do so much to heal the physical body. That will allow the energy to flow freely and creates changes in your life. Okay, so that's all the needles in the head. This is just activating them all.
It's interesting, some of them I can't feel at all. And some there's a little twinge.
Mm. Okay.
Normally, of course, I'd wear a hat.
Things will start happening for you that will appear quite magical. Your psychic vision will increase. Your dreams will be more lucid. You'll be sharper thinking, more positive feeling, and more in your body and more relaxed about whatever's happening.
At the end of the passageway is a large red door. Walk through doorway.
So I'm going to need you to get ready, Pete.
Face down, aren't I?
Nicholas Yanni trained in Hawaii in the ancient tradition of kahuna bodywork. It aims to focus us in our physical, sensory selves rather than in the realm of thought, and to act as a catalyst for profound personal change.
The more you come into your body, the more you find exactly that kind of stillness, within which actually the mind functions much better. So the kahunas are suggesting that if you really come home to your breath and feel right into your body, that it's then that your consciousness starts to really enter.
So the body isn't an irrelevant shell that's getting in the way
Quite
and
the
stopping
opposite.
us from
No.
reaching the spiritual plane.
If there's one core thing that I would say is the most important thing the kahunas have to tell us now, it's exactly the opposite of that. That far from being an adjunct, the body is actually completely essential.
In Hawaiian temples, initiates would be massaged for up to 15 days. After just an hour and a half, I was 8 miles high and rising. As I hit the road in my turbocharged fuel injection Ferrari, gliding down the M25 at warp speed with the stereo turned way up to 11, I felt at one with everything. Things on the planet just couldn't have been better.
But what about off-planet? What about the aliens? It was time to head for Glastonbury.
Glastonbury, the Isle of Avalon, birthplace of British Christianity, and also an excellent shopping centre if you need Merlin t-shirts or CDs of dolphins singing Sinead O'Connor songs. I was heading for the Acorn Centre, where I was to experience the crowning ceremony, a ritual designed to reconnect the DNA strands that have been disconnected by aliens.
The human race, I don't know for how long, possibly almost from the beginning, has been genetically manipulated by another race, an extraterrestrial race that seeks to control us using fear. For people who don't know that, they are completely conditioned and at the mercy of mind control, low frequency mind control. And that comes from on planet as well as off planet. It will all have to be dealt with.
So but essentially you're going to reconnect me, or you're going to try to reconnect me to my original energy force, yes? Or to our original energy force.
I'm not going to try and do anything. I'm going to facilitate you doing it.
Right.
Would you please find the pulse in your neck with 3 fingers? And very gently, with 3 fingers from this hand, place them into your belly button.
When the 12 DNA helixes cut by the aliens are reconnected, contact with the spheres of light and your own personal God will be reactivated. Intriguingly, you don't need to believe this in order for it to work. The muscle test is to check whether you've been reborn from previous incarnations with some DNA already rejoined. In an ideal world, you'd have non-wobbly muscles.
That one was slightly wobbly when we did it on you. I just wanted to be absolutely certain. I'd like to put a little dot on your forehead here, where you consider your third eye might be.
Yeah.
Put a dot here, with your permission.
Remind me to wash it off before I go to the pub tonight, will you?
Let us unite our hearts in this sacred space. Let us feel in silence the love emanating from and culminating in this sacred moment. Allow yourself to know the perfection of this moment. As you focus on your third eye, feel yourself submerging into that realm of your being. Each holographically compatible system spins, weaves and spirals in the dance of creation. The masterpiece that is you. If you will repeat this prayer of forgiveness, clearing fear from your auric meridian. Using my own free will.
Using my own free will,
I forgive all those beings in the seen and unseen.
I forgive all those beings in the seen and unseen
who have controlled and manipulated my frequency.
who have controlled and manipulated my frequency.
I let go of my fear of these beings.
I let go of my fear of these beings.
I am ready to be impeccable.
I am ready to be impeccable.
I take back my true power.
I take back my true power.
I am that I am.
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 And that's it. My frequency is no longer being controlled and manipulated. I am ready to be impeccable. So now it's off to Wales, where I will become the Wicca Man.